Spending time with you, feeling so free and feeling alright. Feeling alright. Got a divide in my mind between what I think is quite enough. Getting quieter as we reach the top. Flags to keep what's ours.
How's it going, everyone? This is Selfs3rve with TGN, and today I have an Arathi Basin commentary. And usually I do my commentaries live, and this time I'm commentating after my gameplay. And here I'm like debating on whether to kill this guy or not. So I'm just like, you know what? Why not? He was auto running AFK into a wall. I'm like, whatever, go for it. And yeah, patch came out on Tuesday. I haven't really looked into the new. Not looked into, but not experimented with the new changes to hemorrhage damage, along with whether using hemorrhage spam or backstabbing. And yeah, I really don't know. I was looking in guild, people were talking about it. You know, hemorrhage does more damage with daggers, but you could use a sword and that would do more like base damage. You know, I heard it was equal. I don't know. Probably in the future. I mean, people know out there. I personally don't know. People are probably still figuring out, seeing which is better, and experimenting. Season starts tomorrow, so that'll be a little exciting. And then people were saying, well, okay, hemorrhage does more damage with daggers, but ambush will do more damage with a sword or, you know, a mace or whatever. You don't need daggers to ambush, so why not use daggers and then have a macro to switch to shadow dance that will equip either sword or dagger, and then you'll do more damage with ambush, and then out of dance you can make another macro, switch back to daggers, and then you can backstab, not backstab, you can go back to hemoing with daggers, because you get the extra damage with that, and you can't get that extra damage with sword or maces, but supposedly it's equal, so I don't know. And I queued specifically for Arathi Basin, but the game started a little late, or I got in a late game. That's why you see the scores are about, you know, they're not fresh scores. The game was going on, and I happened to pop into this game, but I decided I haven't posted a video for TGN in a very, very long time, so I wanted to bring you guys a video. And some of you guys may be asking, what, Selfs3rve's on TGN? Since when? What? And I've actually been with TGN since December 2010, so that was back then when they had, I think, around 8K subs. Big C contacted me. I'm like, wow, this is awesome. And then I started making a lot of videos for them around that time of like January, February, and I think mid-December is when I started like my first video. I had an intro video, but yeah, I used to do a lot of arena videos, but that was back then when my ratings weren't as high back then. Most of those games were only around like 2K, maybe 1900. Most of them were 2v2 games. I didn't really play a lot of serious threes until towards like the middle end of the season. But a new season's starting tomorrow, so I'll be sure to get some footage. And if you guys know who Pure Shield is, he's my partner in threes, along with a good friend of mine, Kane, who I've known for about a year now. And Skilled Priest, probably be running, or I mean, not probably, but our comp is going to be Ret, Rogue, and Disc Priest. And Pure and myself have received buffs to our classes and specs, so last season our comp was a little rocky, but with the new buffs, it should be interesting, and should be a better comp. We're looking forward to it. We played a little on the tournament round, but not recently with the new changes. So we're kind of looking forward to seeing what will happen. And I know the patch is some old news, but I wanted to talk about it. I was on vacation when the patch came out. I didn't really get to make a video on the new changes and whatnot, so I wanted to focus more on that rather than the gameplay itself. So let's talk about Cloak of Shadows and combat readiness sharing a cooldown. So let's actually take a step away from the gameplay for a second, and here's the Cloak of Shadows tooltip for those of you that don't know, along with combat readiness. You can pause those and read them, but basically they're one of the rogue's two main defensive cooldowns. And combat readiness basically protects you against melee attacks, gives you a stacking buff that reduces damage up to 50% if you keep getting hit within the duration of the buff. And then Cloak of Shadows, most of you guys probably know, removes all, you know, spells and most magic with debuffs, along with diseases and stuff. So just think about this for a second. Say you're in a 3v3 arena, you're playing an RLS, Rogue Lock Shaman. The Lock's Affliction, the Rogue sub, and then the Shaman is, you know, Resto. Say you're getting focused down, and your healer's CC'd or something, you need to stay alive, you need to pop one of those two, okay? you'll probably, let's just say you have full row of dots on you, okay? So you're gonna cloak, and you're gonna vanish, get away, get some heals. Now that cloak is down, you're gonna be a prime target for the other team, because you're not gonna be able to use combat readiness for another 2 minutes once you use cloak. And before the patch, we used to be able to use these moves back to back whenever we were in need of it. But now, if you pop one, then you're pretty much like I said, a prime target. So say, let's put it in a different perspective. Say you're getting focused down by the rogue, you're getting low, and you need to pop combat readiness. Most likely they'll switch because they just don't want to give you the stacking debuff. There's no point of attacking you with that debuff, or with the stacking buff that reduces damage. So they wouldn't probably want to focus you down. So okay, they're gonna go switch to your healer. But now you can't cloak for another 2 minutes. So now the lock is free to get a full row of dots on you. You're not going to get dispelled if you have UA up, and your healer's not going to want to dispel you. So now you're going to have the full dots taken off on you. You can't cloak for another 2 minutes. No combat readiness anymore. You still have evasion, but you know the warlock's still going to be pumping out damage. And if you get stunned, Shadow Step, let's say Shadow Step kidney shotted, you're still going to get all this damage pumped into you because you can't dodge when you're stunned. So I think it's a big change. I was dueling some friends the other day, and I was like, oh, why can't I cloak? And I'm like, oh, you know what, I forgot the changes. I popped combat readiness before to stop some incoming damage, and then I wanted to cloak, and I couldn't because I forgot they shared a cooldown. So like I said, I think it's a big change, but if you guys can let me know what you think in the comments. It's definitely a nerf, let's be honest here. People were saying rogue survivability was too great, but let's look at some of the other classes. I mean, DK Lichborn spamming death coils on yourself, ice bounding out of stuns, anti-magic shell. So I think it was balanced the way it is. Warrior shield wall, shield block, switching defensive stance, take reduced damage, and so I don't know. I didn't think this was gonna happen, but I mean it did. I guess it is annoying to kill rogues sometimes, because I remember when I was playing my ults in arena and rogues were just an annoying target. So some say it was needed, some say it wasn't. Let me know in the comments. And that's pretty much all I have for you this video. If you liked it, be sure to throw it a thumbs up, favorite, comment. Be sure to, like I said, let me know what you think. And if you like the video, be sure to subscribe to TGN World of Warcraft, TGN, and be sure to check out my own channel at youtube.com/selfs3rve. There you can find my videos, and if you could subscribe, if you like what you're seeing, that'd be fantastic. And this has been Selfs3rve with TGN, and I'll catch you guys later.